I'm Sean, and I work here at the Alternative Choice Garden Center. In the last video, we went over the first part of making a terrarium, which was the selection of the terrarium itself, setting up a false bottom, and designing the hardscape elements. In this video, I'm going to go over selecting your plants and maintaining them with the substrate that matches their needs. Whenever I make a substrate for a terrarium, I always keep two things in mind. And that's the plants that I'm going to be using and what supplies I actually have access to. Firstly, before we start, I just want to clarify what not to use as a substrate. Compost, humus, topsoil, or degraded soils high in nutrients like sea soil, those create anaerobic environments very easily with the added organisms that they come with, as well as being really compactful. They have a tendency to make terrariums stink after a while, and that's not what we want to go for here. So I recommend making a terrarium mix out of three basic principles. That is the base. That's what's going to retain water the most, and that's what the majority of the mix is going to be made out of. Generally, it's made with peat moss or cocoa peat. The second one is the chunks. This can be orchid bark or cocoa chunks as we have here. Some people prefer not to use perlite or pumice because of the look, but those work fine as well. This provides aeration for the substrate, as well as preventing compaction from too tight of soil. Third part is the cleanser. You usually use biochar or hardwood lump charcoal. You can also use activated charcoal or horticultural charcoal. What this does is it cleanses the water as it comes through. It can absorb some impurities in your tap water, and it also prevents bad smells from accumulating over time. And it adds a little bit of nutrition for your plants too. Using these three ingredients, you can have your plants growing healthy for a very long time with minimal effort. The ratio for these ingredients usually involves 3 to 3 to 1. This might look like 3 parts peat to 3 parts orchid bark and 1 part horticultural charcoal. Now for the plants. Some of the most common plants that are used in terrariums are things like begonia, ferns, orchids, and calatheas. They do really well in high humidity environments. You can also use epiphytes like orchids, air plants, or other bromeliads. But it's important to still make sure that you're not planting them, as they don't want to be planted in the soil. They just benefit off of the high humidity in a terrarium. When I work with plants in a terrarium, I usually like to remove the base soil of it entirely before I put them in. This just makes it easier to put it into the terrarium, as well as getting it clean beforehand. Especially if you're using plants that might have organic soils in the mix, this helps keep it clean as well. Using these steps, you can make beautiful and appealing terrariums that suit your needs, whatever plants you have, and hopefully they can last a long time for many years to enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us in the comments below or give us a call or email. Thanks for watching.